Stand.
Right now, though, let's get a check of the weather. There they are right there. Stevie's not in that lot, is he? No, I think he's somewhere else. Oh, look at that.
This is old school hip-hop.
Hey there, Stevie. That looks gorgeous.
Good morning. Thank you. We've come from the lands this morning, about an hour and drive. Thank you, Carlos. And we're in an amazing place. OK, we'll tell you a bit about it, but let's have a look at the weather first and see what's going on at your place today. In Cairns, fine and sunny and 29 degrees, 30 today for Townsville, and it's looking good. Brisbane, another very hot day, pushing up to 33 degrees. The Gold Coast, fine and sunny and 30. Sydney, becoming windy, but sunny today and 30 degrees. A very hot day for Sydney. And Canberra at 19, a shower or two and windy. A little bit cooler down in the southeast today, with Melbourne on some early rain and showers and 16 degrees. Hobart, rain at times, becoming windy, and 14. In Adelaide today, partly cloudy day on the way, and 19 degrees. In Perth, a few showers and 21. Alice Springs, cooler but windy and 29, and Darwin, sunny and 34 degrees. Let's have a look at the rainfall map this morning, and we've got some rain. Light moderate falls for the south coast of WA, the southeast coast of South Australia. Heavy falls across Tasmania. Light to moderate falls along the southwest coast of WA. Moderate to heavy rain over Victoria and all of Tasmania, and embedded thunderstorms as well. We are at Herberton Historic Village this morning. Herberton was one of the main centres of far north Queensland back in the 1880s, when tin was discovered here. Then when the price of tin fell out, the town sort of died. But back in the 1970s, buildings from right around the region were brought here to tell the story of those pioneers. Buildings like this one, these are the old printers. We've got David here this morning. He's one of two printers here that have 100 years experience in printing, and they tell the story to kids of how life used to be back in the 18 and 1900s. And some of the kids have come down this morning from Herberton State Primary School, and they've even printed up some posters this morning. I wake up with today, and we've even got a wanted poster there. Who's that for? For me, OK. It looks like we're well wanted up here in Herberton. This is a great Australian story, Carl and Lisa, and we'll take you around this historic village today. Good morning, kids.
Good morning, Mr. Jacob.
Oh, very nice.
Sweet.
Very nice.
Thanks, Stevie. All right now, let's get a look at your best local forecast. Here's Stevie.
Today's weather, brought to you by Inner Health Plus. Have you had your Inner Health Plus today?
G'day everyone, we're up in the Atherton Tablelands in far north Queensland this morning. A great place to bring the kids. This is Herberton Historic Village, a collection of around 40 buildings from around the region which have been brought here, faithfully restored, and are filled with memorabilia from the late 1800s and early 1900s. And we are going to take you inside the old chemist after we have a look at the weather and show you how they would cure everything back in the day. But here's what's happening with the weather. Good morning, Queensland. This is where we're starting. Another beautiful day, fine and sunny for Cairns, Townsville and Mackay. A hot one for Mount Isa and Longreach, 39 and 40 today. And Rocky, hot and cloudy, pushing up to 37 degrees. Toowoomba on 34, fine and sunny and hot today. Moving into New South Wales, Grafton all the way up to 37 degrees, hot and windy in Tamworth and Newcastle. Gosford becoming windy, but sunshine and 32 degrees, and some morning showers for Wagga Wagga and Albury. Victoria, a little early rain about for Mildura and Bendigo, and we'll see some rain at times for Sale. Ballarat, wet, windy and 12 degrees. Heading into Tassie, good morning Launceston, a bit of rain, that should ease to 14 degrees. Wet and windy though for Swansea, 15, and Strawn, 13 degrees. In South Australia, a few showers clearing today for Mount Gambier, Port Lincoln cloudy, sunshine for Ceduna and Coober Pedy today. In the west, Albany 18, a few showers and windy today, just a bit of cloud for Geraldton and sunshine for the remainder. And finishing up in the Northern Territory, cooler and windy in Yulara and Alice Springs, sunshine for Katherine and Nhulunbuy, and Tennant Creek partly cloudy and a top of 37 degrees. You'll find all sorts of lotions and potions and cure-alls for every illness and every disease in the old-fashioned chemist here at Herberton Historic Village. And some of the claims they made were unbelievable. Life was so much simpler in the old days, Carl and Lisa, like bathoids, which would just wash away unwanted fat. Or you could eat and lose fat by eating tapeworms, even chocolate
course, that old
tapeworms.
chestnut.
There's Dr. Williams pink pills for pale people. We don't know what that does. Here's one from my ancestors, St. Jacob's oil. Now, that claimed to cure every ache other than heartache. We've always been romantics in the Jacobs family. There's brain and nerve tonic. Have a look at this one. This is the syrup of figs. I think we all know what that would do. Better than a trip to Bali, that one. And this one, Bishop's, Mrs. Bishop's over-fatness tablets. Totally politically incorrect and would do absolutely nothing. But you can never be too sure.
Exactly. Hedge your bet, Stevie. Great stuff. Old school.
We got more coming your way.
Thanks, buddy.
Looking forward to it. It's entertainment.
Our weather hit with Stevie Jacobs.
Good morning to you, Timmy. Thank you, Les. We all cranked up and ready to go? All right, beautiful. OK, I'm going forward. We are at Herberton Historic Village this morning, where they have a collection of amazing memorabilia from the 18 and 1900s, including this old 1935 Model B John Deere tractor. Have a go at this. There are only 3 of these in existence in Australia. This one is in mint condition, and these were made before they actually had rubber tyres on John Deere tractors, so you can see the metal tyres there that would just dig into the earth, and these would be great for ploughing the fields. OK, let's see if we can get this thing stopped. OK, we'll show you more around this amazing historic village up in the Atherton Tablelands in far north Queensland, right after we have a look at the weather. The sun is shining up here, and Cairns just down the road, about an hour and a half away. 29 degrees, fine and sunny in Townsville. Another beautiful day also, and 30 degrees. And we're headed towards a warm one for Brisbane, 33 degrees today. The Gold Coast fine and sunny, and a top of 30. Becoming windy in Sydney, but a warm top temperature of 30 degrees today. And Canberra, wet and windy, 19. Starting to get a bit cooler today. Down in the southeast corner, Melbourne, early rain and showers, 16. A few rain showers about in Hobart today, windy and 14 degrees. Adelaide, partly cloudy and 19. A few showers about in Perth today, 21. Cooler but windy in the Alice, 29 degrees. And Darwin, sunny and a top of 34 degrees. Coming up from the Herberton Historic Village, we are going to show you some of their amazing collection of coaches and cars from the 18 and 1900s, and we're going to take you back to school, old style, where you'd still get 6 of the best for playing up in class. Carl and Lisa.
6 of the best.
That is old school.
Had a few of those myself.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
Not surprised.
Well, coming up in the buzz.
Much, Tim.
Let's get a hit of the weather now with Steve Jacobs. Hey, Stevie.
Very good morning to you as well, Carlos. We are at an amazing historic village in Herberton this morning in the Atherton Tablelands, and we're inside the coach house. It's a beautiful building with an amazing collection of horse-drawn coaches and carriages from the 1880s through to the 1900s. And this is the centrepiece, an incredible 1906 hearse. It is all black. It was built in St Kilda in Melbourne. A very interesting story about this. The plumes of the feathers on top of the hearse. Now, the bigger the feathers would mean the more important the person. It was also important that you were dead to actually get a ride in one of these things. But this is beautifully restored, as are all of the other pieces of memorabilia here. And we're going to show you around throughout the morning. But right now, let's go to the skies and see what's happening in Brisbane this morning. And it's a little bit cloudy, but a fine and hot day on the way, heading to a top of 33 degrees. In Sydney today, sunshine today. There will be a bit of wind about, but a beautiful top temperature of 30 degrees. And Melbourne today, a little bit gloomy at the moment, foggy on the sky cam. There's some early rain on the way, and then a shower or two, and 16 degrees your top. This is what's happening around the country. Fine and sunny for Cairns and Townsville. The Gold Coast, fine and sunny, and a top of 30 degrees. In Canberra today, shower or two and windy, and a top of 19 degrees. Hobart today, some rain, wind, 14. Cloudy in Adelaide and 19 degrees. Perth, a few showers about, and 21. A little cooler in the Alice today on 29, and some wind about also. And Darwin, sunny and 34 degrees. Our Today Show Jeeps, you'll find them in Sydney today at Dominie Reserve in Bexley, Melbourne at the Royal Melbourne Show, Brisbane, Wynnum Road, Adelaide, they'll be at Map the Miner in Kapunda, and Perth, you'll find them at Paloma Park this morning. Meantime, if you're heading up to Cairns, just take about an hour and a half drive up to the Atherton Tablelands. You'll find this incredible historic village in Herberton. Now, this has been the passion of many volunteers over the years and the work of a very successful Australian businessman who's poured a lot of money into creating this historic village, which tells the story of the pioneers from the 18 and 1900s. And Carl and Lisa, I'm going to get on my bike this morning as we take you down to Dave's garage next. If you're a big fan of the Sullivans, we'll show you what happened to Dave Sullivan's car because it's right next door. This is not going real far.
Ride down to the Atherton pub, my friend, in that bike. It's a good one, let me tell you. I don't know how I know that, but I do.
Yeah, a pub crawl on this, Carl, could be very interesting indeed.
Gee, those horses are still. Thank you, mate. We'll talk to you soon. Next up, some entertainment with Richard Wilkins. Right now, though, let's get some weather with Steve Jacobs.
Thank you, Carlos. Cairns known for its rainforest and its reef, but up here at Herberton, the historic village, it is all about history. This is a great place for school groups to come and learn all about blacksmithing. I've got the old blacksmith here that fires up and does a little bit of metal beating and shows kids just how life was back in the 1880s and early 1900s, and one of the skills that helped make this area grow back in the day. All right, we're going to show you some of their collection of amazing automobiles right after we take a look at the weather at your place. So another gorgeous day right down the east coast today. Starting in Cairns, we've got a top of 29 degrees, 30 and sunny in Townsville. A very hot day for Brisbane today. You're on 33 degrees. In the Gold Coast, another fine sunny day, a warm one coming your way also, 30 degrees. Sydney pushing right up to 30, but there is a fire danger in place for Sydney. It'll be very windy. In fact, winds could be up to 100 kilometres per hour. So total fire ban for Sydney and most of northern areas as well. Canberra, a shower or two, windy and 19. Melbourne, a little bit of early rain, followed by showers and 16. Hobart, some rain at times, becoming windy, a top of 14 degrees. Adelaide, some cloud, 19. A few showers about in Perth, 21 degrees. Your top. Alice Springs, cooler and windy, and a top of 29, and Darwin, sunny and 34 degrees. We've come inside Dave's garage at the Herberton Historic Village. That is a 1925 Indian, same sort of bike as ridden by Anthony Hopkins in the movie The World's Fastest Indian. Just part of the amazing collection they have here. Check this out. This is a 1927 Harley, which has been beautifully restored. Just have a look at the leather on that saddle. Here are some of the cars that they have in the collection, including a 1937 white car. This was used as a taxi from Cairns up here to the Atherton Tablelands. And this beautiful old car, this is a 1927 Morris Cowley, still working. Features some high-tech technology like hand-operated windscreen wipers. Not so good in a cyclone. And also the old hand-operated klaxon horn. Have a listen to this.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Beautiful.
This car is particularly famous because this was the one that was actually driven by Dave Sullivan in the famous television series The Sullivans. You can check it all out here at Herberton Historic Village. Really nice to know, you know, that we've got locals and custodians that are preserving our Australian history, and it really is a labour of love up here. So if you're coming up to Cairns or far north Queensland, just duck up the Atherton Tablelands and check it all out. Coming up, we're going to take you back to school, 1880 style. 6 of the best.
This is why far north Queensland's so good. The magnificent reef on the coast, the rainforest, and then you go into the tablelands and it's just magnificent, green, lovely, and just wonderful people.
And lovely little surprises
You
like
know?
that one. Well, that was a great looking car, but
Food for thought there. Let's go to the weather.
Today's weather brought to you by Inner Health Plus. Have you had your Inner Health Plus today?
Attention, attention, children. Quiet down, please. Good morning, school.
Good morning, Mr. Jacob.
Good morning, Carl and Lisa in Australia. We are stepping back in time this morning at the old Herberton School, circa 1880. But we do have some modern kids who are attending this morning. Now, schooling back in the day was a very quiet, tactile experience, but the teacher was always in charge. And we've got a little bit of colour back in our lives this morning, thank goodness. The cane was always hanging up right by the blackboard to let the kids know who was boss and to make sure they would not play up. I would like you all to write the Today Show on your slates in your best old-fashioned writing. That'll keep them busy while we take a look at the weather this morning. This is what's happening today. Cairns just down the road, 29 degrees, fine and sunny. Townsville clear and 30, hot for Brizzy, 33. And Sydney, a high fire danger, becoming windy, sunny and 30 degrees. Showers in Canberra, windy and 19. Melbourne, some early rain, then a shower or two, 16. 14 for Hobart with some rain and wind about also. Adelaide, a partly cloudy day and 19 degrees. A few showers in Perth, 21. Cooler for the Alice, but windy and 29. And Darwin, sunny and 34 degrees. Herberton, historicvillage.com.au. That is the website to check out if you want to come and visit this amazing place up on the Atherton Tablelands, where you'll see how life was lived for the pioneers back in the 1880s and early 1900s, where at school they would write on a slate with chalk, and some very good work there, thank you very much. To clean the slate, a little bit of spit and a handkerchief. There were no mod cons back in the day. Lovely work there. Hey, Shardy, what are you doing on the iPad? There were no iPads back in the 1880s, and you're watching The Simpsons as well. Bad girl. As the saying went back in the day, spare the rod, spoil the child. That's what they used to say, which meant if they're playing up, then they need to be punished with 6 of the best. Shardy, hand out, please. Okay, here we go. Hand up. They give 3 on the right hand, 3 on the left, 6 of the best. Oh. You're getting 5 of the best today because I like a cheeky girl. Very well done, young lady. And a big thanks to everyone here today at the Herberton Historic Village, particularly all the kids for coming along today. Have you had a good time, kids? Yeah! All right, make sure you come and check it out on the Atherton Tablelands. Tomorrow, if you're a fan of the Dockers or the Hawks, come on down to Gate 2 at the MCG, where you'll find us doing the weather and fly your colours. But for right now, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow from Melbourne. Say goodbye, gang!
Brilliant stuff, Stevie.
See you, kids.
Thank you very much for that, mate. It's like a time warp, isn't it?
Sure is.
Great for everyone to see that. Well,